What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cards and Chatter podcast. Today we have a special guest, Virtue Media. Did I say that right? Or Virtue?
Virtue.
Virtue Media. There you go. Virtue Media. Of course, we have Cesar and Hrag with us today. Welcome, everybody. And just a reminder, we are now on Spotify. Unfortunately, we had to take it down on Apple Podcast because we had a little bit of trouble with them. So we'll be back on about a week. And again, on YouTube, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel as well. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure as always. Cesar?
How's it going, everybody?
Going
How are
good.
you? How are you?
Beautiful Monday.
Oh, absolutely. So, Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you know, my name is Sam. I'm an LA-based filmmaker, basically working on, an automotive filmmaker, working with a lot of companies, wheel companies, automotive, and all the other stuff. Also do music videos here and there. But yeah.
That's
Pretty
about it.
straightforward. That's it. Just cool content, eventually.
You know, it's funny. The last episode, it was with Elijah from Curve Wheels. If you guys remember, we had a conversation regarding a pufferfish. He's the owner of the pufferfish.
Don't hate my pufferfish.
And he's the owner of the goldfish.
Pufferfish?
Yeah. So his Tesla, I call it a pufferfish. So
You know what your car looks like?
my car looks like ass.
You know that one fish that has like a long nose, like it's very small and has like looks like
a hammerhead.
axe, like a hammerhead. Yeah.
I don't see the resemblance.
At all.
Well, a little bit because the headlight.
The puffer fish
the
I see. I don't know about the
grill.
hammerhead.
Are you on my side or
Nah,
what?
just messing. I like his car. It's cool.
I appreciate that.
They're
Thank
cool.
you. See, at least I have somebody on my side. But you know what's funny? It's 2 against 1. Well, no, I can't even say that because you got a damn goldfish.
Wait, he drives a Q60,
He has a Q60, but he also has a Tesla.
but he has a Q60.
Yeah, but
So-
at the same time, it can't really take
I
sides.
still have your back.
Oh, okay, so
There you go.
that's cool.
I
I
It's a
appreciate
temporary
that.
car,
Yeah.
so it's okay.
But
Left me hanging.
so going back to what you do as far as your career and all that good stuff, I'm sure you've had your fair share of good and bad. So let's talk about that a little bit. What would you say, like, as far as doing what you do is good and doing what you do is bad?
Well, in good and bad, what exactly do you mean? Like,
Well, essentially, like, I'm sure you've had your good days of having fun shooting, and then you've also had your bad days of where you said, you know what, fuck this, and I don't want to be doing this anymore. Not anymore, but,
Yeah.
you got frustrated and you said, fuck this.
well, the thing is, mostly is that first thing is that I love what I do.
Okay.
That's one thing that I always say is that you gotta do what you love, and filmmaking is definitely one thing that I absolutely love doing. No matter how tough the project is or how easy it is, whatever, it's still something that I love. I enjoy doing it. It's my passion, my work, my only job that I do. I would say the main thing that differentiates between good and bad is the client and the environment that you're working in. If the client is very understandable, you guys get along, the project is set up easily, there's no rush, there's no nothing, then, everything is going great, the shots that you got, how the edit is going to come out at the end. So, like, those stuff is amazing. But when there's, like, clients, I don't want to give any names, but where they're, like, they can rush you on certain things or they can, give you like bunch of notes or whatever, like that they don't exactly understand what the purpose of it is, but it's like there's rush, there's timing, all this stuff, you don't have much time with the car, you don't have much time with specific things, then that's when you kind of get tired of it. You're like, like, just get over it, be done with it, move on.
Okay.
But that's basically the main thing that I would say affects.
Now, you've worked with a lot of wheel companies and you've done a lot of videos I've personally seen myself. Would you say there's one video that you would pick over all the others?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of videos that I love. There's some videos that are not even out yet.
Okay.
There's one recently we shot with for Vossen. It was a Maserati MC20. That shoot just went smoothly, and like I've seen a preview of it, but it's not out yet. So that video is just gonna look really amazing. But there are other videos also that it. I can't really say which one's my favorite, which one's not, because I made all of them, and but the whole thing itself, it depends on how sometimes, like I said, we had like a rushed shoot, and then at the end of it, or I didn't really feel like how the shoot was gonna come out, and then at the end of it, like the video was like the way it was put together, like the Voss and stuff, I don't do the editing.
Okay.
I only do the filming. But like there are other videos that I do everything basically from A to Z, and like there are videos sometimes when you think, you're like, I don't know if I get this shot right, did I get everything that I wanted to, and then at the end of it, when you put everything together and the final version is there, you're like, this came out better than I thought.
So, you just said one thing that actually I've heard a lot, and I've seen myself. For example, you shoot videos for a certain company, and a ghost editor edits that video.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Somebody taking the video that you shot, that you had a vision for, and somebody else editing it.
Well, I mean, I don't see any issues with that. It depends, because at the end of it, it's like when you work as a bigger production. In the beginning, when you do everything, like you're trying to bring your name out there and you're trying to, make yourself known for what you do. At that point, it's obviously it's more important when you do your own edits and you do your own content. That way, it shows that this is what I can do. But at the end of it, in a bigger production, in a bigger budget, stuff like that, not like movies or whatever, there's always a different editor. There's a specific editor who does the post-production aspect of it. So it doesn't exactly affect on me. I know, because I've also done edits where it wasn't like I didn't shoot it, but I had to edit it. From that perspective, it's a little bit harder because you don't know exactly what the other person shot.
The vision,
or you don't know what the shot is unless it's like a scripted. There's a script, there's a shot list or whatever that you can follow with it and see, like, okay, this is how the shots are gonna be and this is how it needs to be put together. Or there's like the other ones where, like the car stuff, where you just do mostly like like freestyle, and then at the end of it, if I give it to someone else, that someone else may or may not know how to edit it and how to put it together, unless there's like something specific that you can tell them, or they can tell you, like, hey, we shot this shot specifically, make sure you use it in one way.
Okay. Well, I mean, a lot of times I personally would feel if somebody took a vision that I had and was editing it, it would probably itch me on the inside and say, well, this shot should have been like this and this should have been like this.
Because you're controlling.
Well, that's why you
You're not fit for that job, I feel like. But
Yeah.
sorry to butt in on his conversation. I feel like as you progress on the business side of things, after what he said, you progressed and built your name, you kind of like move on from that, because in the production world, there's a guy who just handles the microphone.
Absolutely.
There's a guy who just handles the lighting. So I kind of see where he's coming from on that.
And I mean, that there's a whole perspective of, work as a teamwork, where you obviously need to go back and forth with, if I'm, let's say I film something and I'm giving it to my, editor, and the editor has to edit it, I have to follow up with that and see, basically based off a rough cut, kind of like how it comes out, and hey, can you make these adjustments or whatever to make sure it matches with the style that I want it to be.
Yeah.
So it's always it's very important to find the right editor. If you don't want to do the editing or whatever, to make sure that they can capture the same exact style and vision that you want it to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. It's just, I don't know, sometimes, when you're shooting something, you have a certain vision for it, you want to go for a certain style. It's kind of weird handing it off to somebody else and hoping they see what you see, as somebody that does videos or photography and so forth.
In the same way, it's also like there's this, it's not only about the cars, but like music videos, right? Like I usually direct the music videos and I do the editing of the music video. So that way like you said, like the vision, I have my own vision. I know how the video is going to come out. But at the end of it, you still kind of go through it with an artist to make sure that they are happy with the shots. They look good in the shots, like everything is good. in order so you can have the finished product. So either way, there's always good to have a secondary eye or secondary hand to help you out with that. But I mean, it doesn't necessarily give you issue like, oh, I shot this, it has to be like this, that's it. Unless it's like a product or a car or something like that, then it's you can kind
It's
of
a lot
like
of-
work
you gotta
around.
communicate.
I
Yeah.
do most of my stuff myself still, but again, you want to make sure it's always good to have an extra hand to help you out, because that way you can get more jobs and more projects.
Now, I mean, I'm sure Cesar would agree with this question because I like putting people on the spot a little bit here and there. Is there a favorite company that you have that you work with?
Vossen.
Wasson? Why is that?
That wasn't obvious just by looking at the car.
I mean, well, with the Vossen, it's a long history actually.
Okay.
I was expecting you to ask me this question, so I kind of prepared it in my mind, but
It's got a full speech.
I have a full speech. So
No, none of the shit is scripted, fellas.
no,
Or ladies.
none of them scripted. But basically, with my relationship and my history with Vossen is like about 10 years
Mhm.
now. That ever since I moved in here, basically back then I had no intention of being a filmmaker. I had no interest of doing what I'm doing right now, and I remember I was watching their videos because they're probably one of the first ones that had the whole cars
Yeah.
videos with the
I
wheels
agree
and
with you on
whatever.
that.
So I remember I was watching their videos and I was like, wow, these videos they look so cool. They said like so nicely done. I want to make videos like this. And what I was doing is I used to play GTA 5 back then. That was like when it first came out, like the first year and two. And I would like recreate the car like exactly the same way that it was in the video. Let's say, a similar car, similar, like it's a coupe, you make a coupe car, whatever, put like a similar wheels, and I would like recreate their shots like shot by shot. And back then there was not the in-game editor thing. So everything would have to be like raw off of that phone that the game had.
Mhm.
So I would like put my phone in front of the screen, like lean it on something and like make sure the timing is good, the timing is right. I would work with like friends, like we would like play together till like midnight, whatever, sometimes weeks. We'll like work on the specific projects to get the specific shots and whatever. It was hard, but it was fun. I enjoyed doing it, and I would edit it on my phone on the iMovie, kind of like put it together. And then throughout the time, basically, I decided to do it in real life. So I started filming with my phone, my friends' cars, whatever, in high school. And then, when I actually when I decided to buy a camera and kind of like came up with the whole virtual media thing and started putting it all together and working, I always wanted to, one day actually work with Vossen and do like shoots with them and stuff like that. Have their wheels on my car and whatever. And, you know, since 2020, that dream came true. So that was an interesting and fun
So
history.
why Vossen? Or not why Vossen. It's more of how did Vossen come to be? How did that relationship start?
Well, that whole relationship actually started, during COVID, when
Okay.
COVID just like happened, like in the March and April. I met up with my friend Tico from Motorsports LA.
Old school Need for Speed.
Yeah. So I met up with him because he wanted to work with me. Like I met him before that, like like a month or so ago, and he wanted to work with me. So I went up to his office and we were talking, and I told him kind of like the same story that I just told too. Kind of like we were talking about it, and he was like, "Hey, I'm friends with I work with Vossen. I'm friends with the owner. This that like, and I really like your work. Maybe I can put you together with them, and we'll see what happens." And then like 2 months later, we did our first shoot, the X3M with HF3s
Okay.
in the downtown LA. And that was the video that I did everything by myself. And I was like so excited to just be in that, like do that video. Like everything was prepared. I was on time. I mean, you have to be on time and stuff, but I was there on time. I made sure I get all like the drone shots, the B-roll shot, the interior, exterior, the wheels moving, the rolling shots, all that stuff. And I went home and right away started like editing all the photos and like I sent it to them. And then like it took me like 2 days to find the right song, because finding the song is the hardest part. So it took me like 2 days to find the right song that would fit the whole video theme, and it was also something that similar songs that they use, kind of like that same vibe and stuff. Because I wanted to show that I can do a video for them that when people watch it, they would think that Della, their videographer, like flew to LA and shot that same video.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, I really wanted to get like the same style, same everything, same editing, whatever. So I really put my like 120% on that project to like get it done. And, they liked it. They were very happy with it. And from that on, we did a couple more shoots with More Sports LA. And then they officially kind of like sent me other shoots with like, we've done shoots with Bowden. We've done shoots with Diamond Auto Salon. We've done shoots with
Tag Motorsport.
Tag Motorsports, who they're in San Diego. So yeah, basically like that's how the whole relationship came together. And then, it's easier now, the fact that we just do the shoots and I send them the footage. I don't really have to worry about it. But at the end of it, it's still fun. It's fun working with them. They're very, nice company. People are very cool. I met them during SEMA. We were in SEMA last year.
Okay.
And I got to like meet the whole team basically. I was like chatting with them and stuff. Great company, great team. So, and I really love working with them.
Okay, that's cool.
Great wheels.
Yeah, I love their wheels.
I mean,
Always wanted to have them. Now I have them.
it's funny we're talking about wheels, and me and Elijah were talking about this last time around, and like all these companies that have been around. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one new company. Me and Cesar know about them. AL13.
Yeah, of course.
Man, those guys, they know how to make some wheels.
The videos that you send me on a daily.
Yeah.
All their wheels.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know what they did. I mean, I think what
It's copy and
one
paste if
thing-
you ask me, because I'm in the marketing kind of industry. But
one thing that I think
Brixton.
helped them a lot is working with a lot of like the YouTubers and stuff, like influencers.
Marketing.
Exactly.
Marketing. But like they really blew up in like a very short timing. And
but
I mean,
they did exactly what Brixton did with DDE. They
Exactly.
made the same wheel. Again, aesthetic is the same, dark contrasts and things like that. So if you ask me, I mean, they're cool wheels. They have cool designs. But I mean, I like Vossen too, but because I know the process of how some wheels are made and things like that, you got to really be special, I think.
My thing with I like that he's honest about it. I like that, and it's no shade to anybody. It's just a bunch of car guys talking. But my thing is, I don't know if you've seen those wheels. For example, the one they did for Alex Shoy for the RS6 Avant.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Those
So-
are sick.
Yeah,
I mean, they
so
look good.
those wheels, you see those types of wheels overseas a lot,
Mm.
especially in Europe.
Euro.
You don't see that a lot here. So I think that's why it kind of caught my attention, is because it has more Euro style to it. Don't get me wrong, Rotiform has some nice wheels as well, but their marketing is on point. Just like Vossen, when they started, their marketing was on point. You can't knock their shades off for that, because they did what they had to do to be out there. Because a lot of these other companies like HRE, DPE, I don't know if DPE still exists or not, but
Never
HR
even heard of it.
DPE, you've never heard of it?
What's deep? No.
Wow. Don't tell me you haven't heard of it either.
We're gonna go to a commercial break.
No, I mean,
Let's Google search really quick.
DPE back, I'm talking about like 10 years ago.
See, I haven't been in the car scene that long.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, you have it?
No.
I mean, 10
I
years
wouldn't
ago, I
suspect
moved
that.
to America, bro. So
No,
I don't even know
5
what the
years.
hell DP is.
I mean, DPE is one of the OGs. Back in the days, they were one of the only companies that like did forged, just stuck to forged. And
Everybody does forge.
yeah, everybody and their mother
I mean,
now.
Forge is the new standard.
Flowforge.
Forge or Flow Forge are the new standard. Like
Yeah, Flow Force.
all every either small companies. Like I know, like they're all started doing Flow Forge because it's like, I think it's the same. I feel like it's the same cost as the cast, just a little bit better material. So I think.
Well, yeah, nowadays margins aren't too tough, but the standard for an enthusiast has to be Flow Forge. Lightweight,
Absolutely. I
stronger
agree.
wheel and things like that.
I agree. And I won't name the wheel company. I had certain wheels on my FX a long time ago. It's a big car, heavy car.
That's a puffer fish. Which FX was it?
Not the 09, second gen.
The circle, the round.
They were all circle and round.
But like, was it the 35?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
Good
puffer
exhaust note.
fish.
I like
that's
that.
not a puffer fish. That's more like
That's a puffer fish, bro.
what can I say that is like?
He doesn't like being attacked.
No, I don't care.
No,
I'm
that's my
trying to figure
comeback.
out a funny version of that car, but I can't really think of it.
That's a high puffer fish.
Yeah, that's a high puffer fish. I'll agree with that one. That it looks like it ate too much.
It's a puffer fish. Blur that out.
Yeah, blur that out.
Bloopers.
Bloopers. But I mean, at the end of the day, they did something different than what everybody else does in this side of the world as far as wheels go, and that's why it kind of it caught my attention. I'm more of simplistic, minimal design than anything else, and he knows this as a fact. So if somebody like when he sent me the wheels, what did I say?
Which wheels?
The ones on your pufferfish.
Oh, you wanted them silver.
I said you should do them silver, but I said I don't like the design.
You're
wanna
talking
see
about
the
the
wheels.
HF14, the ones that I have right now, or the ones that I wanted to get?
I haven't seen the one. Well, you sent me one that looked like a flowery design with a bunch of spokes and all that good stuff.
The directional ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have that one.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wanted that one.
I see. Good thing you didn't get it.
Well, no, I mean they didn't have it in stock. But
Oh, okay. Perfect.
the
Works
only
out.
well, I didn't. I wanted to get that because I really wanted to get that like closed look design, like more spokes or more like covered up. Because I really wanted to get those wheels, the HF4Ts, because it was directional. It was more like very close to each other, and I thought it would look really good with the car because it was especially with an EV car, you kind of don't want to have open spokes wheels because like the brakes might not look good or whatever, like they're tiny. Because I've seen like pictures of my car like with 22-inch wheels, and like the rotor inside looks so tiny, and I kind of don't like those. So I mean mine's are right now they're it's the HF3s,
Okay.
so they're a little bit open. They're how many spokes are they're like 10 spoke, I think.
It's like a 5 split spoke, something
Five
like
split
that.
spokes.
Okay.
And I like the design, but it's just too much open.
So
Like,
basically, what you're saying is Vasan's better than Curva.
Watson's what?
Better than Curva.
100%.
I think that's why I like the
Shots
turbine
fired.
wheels.
Sorry,
on
Elijah.
Tesla.
What?
Wow,
Turbine
in the
wheels?
follow-up episode too.
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna have you and Elijah on here, and we're gonna make it wheel counseling. Mari 2.0.
The truth behind the wheel making.
Oh.
I mean, Curva has some good design. I mean, it was hard for me to choose a design from Curva because I had Curvas on my Stinger.
Oh, you did.
I did.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I had the C46,
Okay.
and that was like I would say my favorite design out of all.
So it's the multi-spoke one.
It's the same way like 10 spoke, just simple design, and it looked really good on the car, like with the gunmetal finish and the white car. It was really nice.
Okay.
But I mean,
A
like
couple people bought that set because of that
Yeah.
photo set and his video.
we did like
Because I mean, it was a good looking setup.
we did like a full on movie out of that. We couldn't finish it properly. We were like, how do we finish? How do we end this? But
So funny story. You're talking about finishing it. My wife.
so she's
Smooth transition.
My wife and I decided to go to Wegfest one time down in San Francisco. So she got an A6, and we took her A6, and we took her car, which had the C48s on it.
Mhm.
So we went down, we started shooting and all that good stuff. And I didn't know I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I didn't know you're not supposed to have a drone around the Golden Gate Bridge.
Makes sense.
no, you can.
Oh,
Sure.
dude. I took the drone up within 5 minutes of the drone being up. All I saw was
we
like,
did-
F-22 coming at him.
We did that in SEMA. We had a brigade come for us.
yeah, I had
Oh yeah, I gotta tell that SEMA story afterwards. Actually,
I literally like I had the drone up, and this was the Phantom Pro something back when they just had come out. I took it up, and 5 minutes later, my wife was like, "Babe, what's going on?" I go, "I don't know why." She goes, "Look behind you," and I see like 10 cop cars just coming down. I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" So I kept having the drone up, like I don't know, something else might be happening, and within like 30 seconds, they had me circled.
Wow.
What are you doing? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, car, video. Like, literally, like, you have 50 cops or like around you. I'm like, I'm shooting this car right here. What do you mean shooting? Like,
Choose
Drone
your
has
words.
drone has a camera. I'm doing a video on the car. Bring it down right now. Brought it down. They took away the footage. All
Wow.
the footage.
Wow.
Off of my camera, my handheld camera, off of the drone. They took everything. They just took the SD cards
just
and
took 'em
walked.
with
Yeah.
them?
And they're
Wow.
like, don't do that again. I was like, okay.
I
I mean, people have a bunch of footage at the Golden Gate with the
That's
drone.
what I didn't understand.
Well, I mean, it's probably maybe in the beginning when the drones were new, because nowadays I think it's not an issue. I have my friend shot like a couple footage on the Golden Gate Bridge, and with the Inspire too. That drone is huge, and so I mean, he didn't have any issues. But speaking of a drone and a trouble, I gotta tell you a funny story.
I'm waiting for that one.
So 2019, we were going to SEMA. Me and Hrag were driving together to Vegas, and we were getting there at nighttime. Like we left around maybe 5. We were gonna get there around like 9 or something. So when we were getting to Vegas, I was like, you know what? I wanna before we enter Vegas, I wanna stop by somewhere and fly the drone and kind of like capture the whole city at nighttime because I want to use that as a footage. And so we accidentally stopped at Mandalay Bay.
Okay.
And that was like 2 years after, basically, you know, the whole.
I don't even know
the
about 2
shoot.
years. It's maybe less than that.
It was 2017.
Oh, okay.
It was on 2019. Basically, we stopped at Mandalay Bay. Took off the drone, you know, basically flying, getting the whole city, getting the stadium. Just that it was still getting, you know, built up or whatever. And matter of minutes, like literally, just like 3, 4, or 5 maybe
bunch of
bike securities just like rushed towards us, and this guy, the first guy, came and like
did a nice skit. It looked pretty cool though,
did a
like he was
nice
in a movie or
skit.
something.
He get out of the car. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like out of breath. I'm like, "I'm just flying a drone." Like,
No, they were legit.
you know, he's like,
They're
he's
just
like,
on bikes
"Let me
for
s-"
some reason. I'm not sure.
He's like, "Let me see your driver's license." This that. I'm like, "Okay, here it is." Like, you know,
Yeah,
I'm
a
not
couple
doing
cars
anything
came
bad.
and
Like,
a helicopter. I was like, what's going on?
I'm like, I didn't do anything bad. You know, we're just flying a drone, and this guy's like so out of breath, and I'm like, I have water in the car. Do you want water?
Probably pissed
Jesus.
them off more.
This guy's like, no. Then he cooled off. I was like, you know, I'm just flying a drone. Like, I'm not doing anything bad. So, so you know, he cooled off. He's like, okay. He's like, just don't do it again. Just bring it down. I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, I didn't know it was gonna be an issue, but yeah, that guy was like so out of breath.
We
and,
could have
like,
picked a better spot to probably do that though.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I would feel about having a bunch of cops running up on me, but you know, I've had my fair share of run-ins.
Gotta
They
do
don't
what
want to
you gotta
chance
do.
anything right there.
No, they don't.
We'll save those stories for the next episode.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. And you know, a lot of times, you know, when you're out shooting, especially downtown LA, if those cops see you shooting, it's
I got a ticket one time in downtown LA, the Lower Grand, for we were filming a video for Black Diamond. That was the first time I actually got my A7 III, my old camera, and we went downtown, and we are like, you know what, I want to get some rolling shots and stuff. So I got in my car. Well, I had the owner's friend get in my car to drive my car, and I was like, you know what, I'll just sit in the trunk, just go on the opposite side of the road, and just like drive. And then if a car comes, just, you know, move around or whatever. And we were filming, and the car basically moved, and I noticed my car is moving towards the proper lane, and then I see a cop car just going that way. He turned around, he came back. It was like, you know, I was like, I'm sorry, officer, you know, we're doing like a school project, this, you know, whatever bullshit. He was cool, he was understanding, you know. He gave me a ticket for no seatbelt in the back. He
better
gave
than ticket for shooting on downtown.
no, I didn't. I've
You're
filmed
saying
downtown.
just filming in downtown is.
Oh, dude, I know a few people have gotten nasty tickets in filming for downtown.
Remember we were with the Tesla, we were doing the drifts in the middle of the street? Cop came. The music video. With Millie.
I don't know if you should be saying that on podcast.
You don't know
With
what
the
car it
scene.
was. I'm just kidding.
It was his car.
Me?
Yeah, bro, with Millie. Music video. We were at the guy's house. We went to downtown. We were doing the traffic lights.
Oh yeah.
We did that. The cops came.
Yeah, but, I mean, they didn't.
They
do
didn't
anything.
care. Yeah, they didn't mind. They just kind of let us do our thing. We were taking all the lanes, intersection, red light, just stopping the car.
This last music video that we did, we were. It was basically at the end. The whole story was like, you know, the dad is against the guy dating his daughter, and then at the end of it, she like runs away with him, and like the dad sent his guys to like go after this guy, whatever. And so at the end, we were like, what we did is like the car was going, and then my car kind of like comes and like blocks in front of it like that, which was a scary thing to do because I didn't trust those guys doing that. And then so it was like 50-50 kind of thing. I'm like, just do it slowly, but just do it, make sure no one hits anything or whatever. So we got it that down, but they were like, the cops are usually chill.
Oh.
They didn't say anything.
First time I'm hearing that.
See, the way he described it sounded like they were filming a takeover.
Yeah,
Take over with 2 cars,
Hey,
pretty much.
still a takeover.
just go
All
on
right, you're
Instagram
banned from
Live.
this podcast. Nah, I'm just joking. As long as it's done safely, not like those.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was
you
like
got-
3 a.m. There was like nobody really
Okay,
there, but still,
nice.
as far as safety is concerned, you're still
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
red. you're
Yeah,
in
you
the
always.
intersection.
I mean, safety is obviously very important. You gotta make sure that everyone does their parts, and no one gets hurt or anything at the end of it. But well, I mean, when it comes to downtown filming, I've filmed a lot of them over there.
I know that's why when I was told, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he goes, "Yeah, dude, I got a $2,500 ticket and they confiscated my memory cards." And he showed me the ticket.
Jesus,
Where
showed
was he
me-
filming? Was he on private property?
Laura
boss?
Grand.
What?
Yeah,
tell
You
me
know,
more
I-
about
I-
it when we're done with podcast.
I think it was because mostly he was towards the end, where those garages are, and there's a hotel right down there, right?
Yeah.
The garage for the hotel is
yeah,
down
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I think his car was parked on the where the garage entrance or exit is,
Yeah,
and that's why
He was blocking it.
yeah.
could be. Yeah, maybe.
But $2,500, Jesus.
And your memory card.
Yeah.
I mean, if you seen the recent Vasan video that we did, the R8, we were like literally filming right there, and like the car that like we were doing like couple launches right over there because I hired a friend who did a FPV drone, and he was like kind of like flying down from the building, from the top of the building, basically going down through the hole and following the car. So we were like did like 10 takes of that.
Yeah, but you didn't use that take.
We used one of them.
No.
Yeah.
I saw I actually saw a snippet of that video where you actually cut it right before he comes down into the bridge.
No.
Yes.
Watch it again. It's on YouTube. I mean, it's on my phone.
But on the one that you posted on Instagram, I don't know if you redid it or not, but there
No, it goes down, and then it cuts another one with like going around the car. That's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
I might be wrong, but I don't remember it going down all the way through.
Well, it goes down, it gets to the car, but then the camera cuts to like moving, showing more the car because the angle was a little bit off, but he did go through there.
Oh, okay. Well, I might be not remembering it correctly.
The new bridge is open now, right? In downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
That's
would be
gonna
a
be
nice
sick.
spot for rollers.
It's gonna be
Oh,
sick.
good luck going there, dude. I'm sure everybody's gonna be taking over that bridge anytime soon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's LA for you.
Hint, hint.
3 a.m.
So, is there, let's say if you had to pick one video, and I'm going to try, if it's okay with you, we can show it to everybody.
Sure.
If you had to pick one video that you would say is your masterpiece.
Um,
No pressure.
No pressure.
I
That's all right.
gotta look through it. I don't know.
Well, no, there's no looking through it right now, right here. Because if you look through it, nobody's going to know exactly which one it was. So if you had to say one video was your masterpiece that you could say, this was all me, this was my blood, sweat, and tears. Maybe not blood,
that like
but
I like something I did for like filmed, or something that I filmed and edited.
filmed and edited.
Oh,
And it can't be a music video.
oh, I wasn't gonna choose
What
a
car?
video.
I'm just saying.
Jesus, I don't know. I can't think of it. I can't think of any.
Top 2.
Top 2. Give me one, at least.
I gotta look through it, man. I don't
Work with
know,
us,
man.
man.
It's probably been a while. I don't
Okay,
know.
in the last 2 years.
That's a big timeline. In the last 2 years, maybe one from Vossen that I filmed and edited. I
Okay.
would say it's not really masterpiece, but it's like one of the videos that I love. And then there is, what is that?
I have no clue. Somebody's beating up something down there.
There was, what other videos there? Do you remember my video?
Trying to think of one too that I like. I mean, I like the MC20, although
The MC20 is not out yet.
it's not out. But
Can we show it?
obviously,
It's not. I don't have it.
You don't have any cuts of it?
No, I had it, but not anymore.
Mm.
The link has been deleted.
Mm.
I mean, you've not even seeing the edit. It's just based on seeing the car, location, settings,
Yeah.
some of the stuff. Already, I could have said, like, this is going to be probably one of the better
Well,
ones.
I mean, give me something that you would say you're proud of.
Okay. Okay. Then
You got to
I'm just gonna say one that I did.
Okay.
Not exactly edited, but I did.
Okay.
I would say I love one of the recent ones, the Raptor one and the R8 video.
The Raptor one and the R8 video. Okay, well, and you don't mind us showing it to the guys, right?
Sure.
And we'll put it on the bottom screen, really small, probably like a 10, 20-second snippet.
All right.
And
Do a full screen, bro. You gotta watch it in a full
well,
experience.
people want to see who you are, bro.
They know who I am.
You sure about that?
Remember this face.
I've seen the same face for the last 40 minutes. You'll remember.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like they'll be like next time he walks down the street, oh, this is that guy.
Yeah.
Not that we're saying that the show's famous or not, but you know.
Hey, man. Shout out to you know that one TikTok that's like shout out to the 12 people that like my post. Do you guys want it from the gas station?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's funny. Like you put so much time and effort into creating something and trying to make something out of nothing, and these guys, not anybody specific, but Joe Schmo will go out there and pick up a $20 camera and shit quality, shit production, and you'll be out there and millions of subscribers. But that's neither here or there.
But is he having fun?
Yeah, I mean it's it depends on the audience and stuff like that. I mean nowadays, a lot of people are getting famous off of those like short videos like TikTok and reels and whatever. So I mean that's one thing that I should probably focus more. I mean I do here and there, but I should probably focus more because that's what gets a lot of attention nowadays and a lot of views, not rather than those like minute and too long YouTube videos. But yeah, I mean that's like a lot of people just do it with their iPhones and they get famous. So it's different on you never can expect what who's gonna like if your post is gonna blow up or if your post is gonna be just like another.
It's also
small-
consistency. You just got to keep doing it.
Yep, pretty much consistency.
Our job is just to provide good quality content and do have our own style and have our design and whatever. So
I think that's why we kind of came up with this podcast is because there isn't that much out there about cars and podcasts or anything like that, and it's more of just a bunch of guys sitting down or girls talking about cars. That's all it is. There's no script, no nothing like that. So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, doing what you're doing as far as cinematographer, photographer, and all that good stuff. What is not worse? What is one of your bad experiences working with one of the clients? We don't have to mention names. Just an example.
I mean, bad examples of working with a client. I mean, there can be different scenarios, different situations. I mean, obviously don't want to give any names or don't want to
Absolutely
mention anything, But I mean, it usually been like a lot of the problem with a lot of clients is that they don't understand. Like, there's one thing that they don't understand is your value, and there are a lot of clients that they don't understand that perspective that, okay, they're spending this much money, X amount of money for this video, and this video is going to bring them a lot of revenue. Either, they're selling wheels, they're selling tires, they're selling, whatever it is. But that's one thing that a lot of clients don't understand. And they give you the hard time of like, oh, can you bring down the pricing? Like, can you do a homie discount or whatever? So it's like, there's a lot of like, there's people like that, there are clients also that they respect your value and they understand, they make sure that you're happy with, at the end of it. Because at the end of it, like I mean, obviously I don't overcharge people or whatever, but I give them a value that it will make them happy and it will make me happy. So, and there are people who obviously try to like bring it down every single time. Like, hey, there are people who can shoot the same video for like $200. Can you do the same thing? And you're like,
Go to that person then.
I wouldn't even take my camera out for $200.
I don't think anybody would take out their. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because Yeah.
I mean, we've all been there, you know.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, I was doing videos for free. Like in the very beginning, like 7 years ago, when virtual media just started, like I was doing videos for fun. I was like trying to learn and make a portfolio out of it. But nowadays, is like the times are different. You know, you gotta go up. You know, especially with this inflation, it's like.
Yeah, at one
Better
point you got to
equipment
treat it like a
too.
business too, outside of the creative aspect of
And
it.
you know,
If
Absolutely.
you need to,
and ever since that, since I started, since I made virtual media as a business, that was since last year.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since then, I tried looking at this as of not as a, obviously it's not a hobby, it's a job, but I've tried to look at it more of in a business perspective, meaning to I want to work in a efficient way, not worry about everything all at once, have assistants, have employees, whatever, so that way the shoot can go easier. I don't have to worry about much of the stuff. At the end of it, I'll know how it comes out. But you gotta, like, especially when with all the stuff added up, like I have to pay for an assistant, I have to pay for the time and travel that I've been doing, like there are shoots that I have to go to San Diego, there's a shoot that I have to go to Vegas. So all of those stuff are time consuming, and they take a lot of your time. And
Expenses.
yeah, so you gotta make sure that you charge them well, and they have to be understanding. If they're giving you a hard time, I mean, unless you really want to keep the client, go ahead. I mean, just settle on something. Like, you can negotiate, obviously. Like, I'm not saying that people can't be negotiating or whatever when it comes to the pricing, but at the same time, the important thing is to understand the value of the art. You know, I do things in a different way than another cinematographer or another photographer does. So one person can charge this much, one person can charge this much, but I know that what I'm charging is I'm giving him a quality content and quality value out of it. And, obviously I have to, at the end of it, I have to pay bills. I have to pay for new equipment. I have to pay for an employee. I have to pay for this and that. So it's all of those. I think that's what makes the whole job, either it's a good client or a bad client, or it's a good shoot or a bad shoot.
And equipment's not a pretty cheap nowadays. So
Yeah. I mean,
one camera will set you back like $4,000 or $5,000.
oh yeah, easy. With no lens.
With no lens, and you have to
And-
do at least 2-3 videos before you get that money back.
Yeah. And there's like also lens, SD card, computer to edit it on,
filters.
hard drives, all those
Software.
stuff. And of course the knowledge.
Yeah, it's
The
funny.
knowledge is important.
It's funny because you said hard drives. One of the reasons Elijah's video didn't go up early enough is because my scratch disk was full and my other hard drive took a shit.
There you go, technical difficulty.
Invest in SSDs, man.
SSD.
Well, then make sure you have room. I don't know.
Well, no.
How long is this gonna take to go up?
This probably Wednesday or Thursday. Well, the audio will be up before the video,
Okay.
so it'll probably be on Spotify in a day or so.
Okay.
So, but the video probably, hopefully, Thursday, Friday, I'll have it up.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So you're
there's,
ready to share it.
I gotta do the editing.
Quick turnaround.
Yeah, man. Do
And
the
that's another
editing.
thing too about the turnaround. You do something too fast one time, they expect it every time.
Yeah. That's
So you got to play your role right too. a little bit.
Exactly.
So on average, how long does a video take? I know it's hard to really give an estimate because every video is different.
I usually like to give about 2 weeks. It can be plus or minus, depends on, because when I give 2 weeks, I also send the client a rough cut to make sure, the client's happy. Like, if there's any adjustments or whatever, back and forth, that takes time and whatever. So I like to give about 2 weeks. But if I'm really in a mood, like I know the video is gonna be done, like I know what I'm gonna do. I have the music, I have everything. It takes like, I don't know, I would say a day. Day or two, just to, like, if you fully sit down and like for 10, 12, 13 hours, just sit on it and edit it. Like,
It's a lot of screen time.
it is, yeah.
Do you like to get one project done before you take on another one, or do you have multiple
Well,
going on
no,
at once?
I mean, I have multiple going on at once.
Okay.
That's one of the main reasons why I want to hire like an editor or something on the side eventually, just so at least they can take care of like the whole editing out of me, and I can just focus on the shoots. But the thing is that the way like my schedule works is I have like every week my schedule is random.
Mhm.
So like either I have shoots, a full day shoot, or I have edits. If I'm home, I'm usually in front of the computer, just like editing, putting it together. If I'm out and filming, then that happens. But like usually I get a call. I try to get calls at least a week ahead to know that, okay, next week, today or whatever, I'm gonna have a shoot. But like there are also sometimes clients that like call you the night before and they're like, hey, can we shoot something tomorrow? And you're like, I mean, luckily if I'm free, I do it. I try to like fit it in. But
I'm that type of person. But hey, I just washed my car here for you tomorrow.
that's what I've been doing to this one car wash guy this past like 3-4 times. I've been hitting him up on the day that I wanted to get a car wash. I'm like, hey, can you wash my car? And no answer.
Ooh.
So
I hate people like you. Being in the car business, it's like usually it's very unknown, and it's like you might be sitting in the office all day long and have nothing, especially nowadays because of inflation, no cars, chip shortage, and then the next day you're busy, and then your previous client from like 3 years ago calls and says, "Hey, I didn't know I had to turn my car in. Can I come in and get another car?" I'm like, I have like 5 clients in front of me, but. Sometimes you just got to make things work out for your own benefit.
Exactly, yeah.
So
You gotta blend in.
yeah, Cesar, I know you posted something about people having asking questions. Did you?
Same questions as always.
Why is that never fail? Let me guess. They asked you about your wheel fitment again.
Yep.
Well,
That's when you're a trendsetter. That's the only question that you get.
It's like 80% of the time. That's
Where
the
they
question
at?
I get.
That question's for me?
no, in general.
Oh, okay.
In general. I stopped posting it because the same people would ask the same question every single time. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother.
Hey man, what's your shoe size?
my shoe size?
They did ask me about my fenders.
18 by 10 and a half plus 35.
He did ask you what?
About my fenders.
Oh,
But other than that, they just asked me where I got them. I just said South Bay. But other than that,
yeah. Let's not talk about that.
I'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, maybe we can bring in the new owner.
Yeah.
What, you sold your car or something?
No.
yeah.
We're talking about a shop.
Mm.
But back to conversations and all that good stuff. Hrag, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm in marketing. I went to
Okay.
school for marketing. That was kind of my thing. Been into cars my entire life. Fast and the Furious, obviously, was my kind of introduction into it. Need for Speeds, played everything. My dad's a huge car guy. My cousins are car guys, so it kind of just fell into my lap. After that, again, went to school for marketing, kind of did my thing, and then there was an Indeed job offering at a wheel company who was looking for marketing. I'm like, you know what? I'm not really too happy where I am. I like what I'm doing, but environment's not for me. I was working at a law firm doing PI stuff, marketing for them. So I went over there. That's actually where I met Sam. We did a couple projects together. He obviously parted ways. I parted ways from there. I realized that I want to be in the wheel industry. What I'm doing is kind of valuable. So split apart from them for a little bit, kind of figured out what I wanted to do, got some clients in real estate, then, talked to Elijah. I'm a close family friend with them. My dad's been friends with Jack, if you're familiar, for that past maybe 25, 30 years or so.
Cool.
So that conversation kind of started. He knew I was doing the marketing thing for wheel companies. So I started with Curva Concepts. Now we kind of take over their whole thing.
Okay,
Then I got a couple other clients in the wheel industry doing websites and things for them. So
that's cool.
I kind of expanded, and then I helped Sam. I mean, I picked up a camera maybe about a year ago. I always thought I had the eye for it. And then whenever he needs assistance, he just hits me up, like you said, a couple days.
Yeah.
Are you free this day from this time? I say, yeah, let's do it.
It's
And now I
pretty
kind of just
easy
ride with him.
it's pretty easy working with Hrag is because we both understand the same. Like we're when we work together, it's super easy and time like it goes fast, and he usually takes care of like the photo shoot aspect of it. He does the photos. He helps him with setting up the car mount and whatever, and also drives the car when we're out doing rolling shots and stuff like that. So working together is usually very smooth and very easygoing, and we actually also working on for the future is we're planning on putting together like something where we can offer a client, let's say, everything from A to Z, meaning including my video production and their marketing company together, and being able to offer something where a one client basically doesn't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
We can set up the we can find the client, we can set up the shoots, we can do the shoots, we can edit it, we can get it like run the ads and whatever all like within no time, and like also have like a hopefully in the future have like a studio place where we can set up like a product photo shoots and whatever like that. So something that a client doesn't can be handled everything in house and without because
It's
there's
almost like white labeling because he outsources sometimes marketing to me. I outsource production to him first. So I figure might as well. We all have the same similar
Why not?
clients
so
in the
if we
same
can have
industry.
everything in one place, work together, and that's what we're basically focusing on right now is to have that up and running, get couple clients going, and I think it would be a good way because when it comes to like let's say wheel brands or other kind of companies or whatever, they have to like let's say outsource for a photo shoot or they have to outsource for a video shoot or another like outsource to totally different marketing. So it's a bunch of ways that it's going versus this way a client doesn't basically have to worry about anything because planning, filming, editing, and then uploading and marketing will be all under one, basically in one house.
They just have to give you the product here.
Pretty much, pretty
Yeah.
much. So we act like the whole in-house marketing team, but we're not in-house essentially. So we have contacts with each of our clients that I will communicate with them as a kind of like a brand rep, and then we'll handle it everything A to Z. We'll report to them anything that they need to see, specific like indicators. We'll say it to them, and we'll collaborate on how to move forward. We want to remove that aspect out of them because he's right there. Sometimes they sit there and they nitpick certain things, which maybe he couldn't get that shot or the lighting is not. It doesn't allow for something like that to happen. So kind of brings that, it makes it easier to communicate. So there's not too many heads in there. We kind of do our thing. We know the vision. We talk to them, make it happen. It kind of
Now, is this something that you guys are just focusing on the wheel industry or just branching out?
I do marketing for absolutely everything. I don't really have a specific thing. Like I said, I'm an automotive guy. If I can stay within the realm of automotive, like you said, you love what you do. You never really work in a day, but we kind of want to stay in that realm. I'm sure that he would.
I mean,
wants to
the
stay.
cars, the cars are, I would say, not exactly priority, but, most of my client, like, even though I do everything other than events or, weddings or, those stuff, I film basically everything. And, but my main clientele is cars, is either wheel company or tire company or, like anything aftermarket. And, the goal, I mean, it's obviously would be very good to have a car related brand to be part of that. But I mean, we're open for, other stuff too. Like, it can be real estate, can be, I don't know, like jewelry or whatever it can be, like something that's they're selling it or something and we can help them outgrow the business and, get like high quality content for them. Why not?
That's cool.
And then outside the realm, and sorry to cut you off,
No, go ahead.
is the technical side of it. So, I mean, Sam and what he does is awesome for the branding and the visual, but a lot of people seem to forget what happens on the back end, how to promote that stuff, make sure the right people see it, having a website that's optimized to then generate leads or whatever it is that you're selling. So all that's important too, because people dump a lot of money into content creation and then don't know what to do with it. Sits in a hard drive and a couple people in the office watch it here and there, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's another important thing. So him to offer a service like that and say, hey, by the way, I'm going to do this sick video for you. You're spending this much money. Might as well, go the whole nine with it. Why just do this part of it? Because they all kind of tie in.
I mean, that would be actually pretty cool because I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that.
One stop shop.
Yeah, it's like having everything in house and doing everything in house and not having to worry about anything.
Yeah.
And you'll be saving you'll be saving your client a lot of headache.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And
Because they don't have to call 10 people to get
I mean,
10 different answers.
if you look at some of the brands that we work with, their catalog, you can kind of see where that shift kind of happened to, okay, we're only using these guys. The content is all similar. He's doing all the creation for it and things like that. So we're trying to slowly get our foot into that door. And I mean, we've been successful, not to toot my own horn, but like the SEO side of it and the organic searches, we're killing the game.
Okay.
As far as ranking above like Wheel Pros and things like that, even billion-dollar companies.
That's cool.
In certain categories and certain keywords.
I mean, the company doesn't really have to have all the money in the world to rank anywhere. It's about who's behind it that's doing it.
And they're leaving it behind for people like us, the smaller companies, to kind of take over. And if they want to do that, we'll take advantage of it.
Marketing is basically like half of that success. Is like you gotta, if you might have really good content and not have any good marketing, or have no content and have a really good marketing, like,
and it's stale.
When you have both and it's really good, then I mean, it's not gonna, you're not gonna be like, I don't know, bunch of million subscribers or whatever, but it will be somewhere where it will be accessible for a lot of people, and it will bring them a lot of revenue and stuff on that side. So that's our whole goal, is to basically combine these two together. They're still gonna be separate. Obviously, they're still gonna be separate. MK Group and Virtue Media, we're keeping it separate, but what we're
It'll
trying
be
to
under
do,
one umbrella, kind of.
it will be kind of like something that both companies will be involved. I don't know if we're gonna maybe come up with a like a separate name.
Logistics, not too sure about at the moment, but
Yeah,
at least if the worst case, be under one house or one warehouse where we can kind of collaborate on everything.
That's cool.
so if everything is in one place, then it's easier to work around, and hopefully at that time we'll be able to grow the business, get more clients, put them in a proper like contracts and whatever, and make sure that everything goes smoothly, and make sure that they're happy and we're happy.
Yeah.
So that's the cherry on top.
So do a lot of big companies have in-house marketing, or is it just, it depends on?
It really depends. I mean, obviously, bigger companies have marketing teams with directors and a guy who handles emails and social media and things like that. But a lot of stuff and people that I've worked with, mom and pop, obviously successful companies, have a couple people that they've been, in the company for 5-10 years and had to have taken on that role.
Oh,
They start somewhere and then, hey, start posting. And then when they start posting, put a couple dollars behind this ad, and they kind of become the social media person. A lot of it's like some older woman or some older gentleman who's like taking over whatever he can. But the stuff that I went into is usually a team of one. And if it's not a team of one, it's like 2 or 3 people. And it's like everybody kind of does their own thing. It's not really too effective, if I could be honest. You got to really hit everything and the way it needs to be hit. Because if you leave one thing hanging, I was just talking to my cousin about it. He's like, oh, should I post on social media on this, this, and this? I'm like, focus on social media, do what you got to do, but don't neglect X, Y, and Z, because this is where your money's going to come in from.
mm-hmm.
Image is everything on this side, but focus on the business side of it too. So
That's cool.
it's tough. It's tough. And then in this market too, obviously, being in the automotive industry is everything's shipping sucks. Everything's 10% more.
Oh, serious.
So trying to sell product is rough now too. And people are double down on the marketing side, hoping that when things slowly get better, they've already established an authority and a brand name, then it's kind of like gambling at that point. Hopefully everything goes up. Stocks only go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Nah, it's
We did touch that topic though on one of the episodes, as far as shipping,
Which hasn't aired.
inventory, all that stuff. That was
yeah, and it's crushed the market. It's crushed the market. I mean, having inventory on hand, again, working with these people, and then recently, again, shameless plug, I guess, we started Wheel Suppliers, which is an e-commerce online wheel shop, and everybody's inquiring about stuff. I'm calling the manufacturers, and nobody has anything. Either the fronts are missing, the rears are missing, or they only have blanks, and it's going to take 5 weeks for them to come out. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I thought the car business had it bad.
Yeah, that's bad too. I mean, shoot,
That's
a Toyota Camry
fucking
for $500 a month, 5K
bro,
down.
Toyota Camry is $700 a month. Have you seen
5K down, I'm saying.
with Kia K5 the other day? I asked what the quota is. They said like $2,500 down, $489 a month. That car was $185 a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drive a M340. I'm paying $600 tax included. Right now, I saw one fully loaded. It's like $1,000.
Yeah, I would never do that.
the markups too to go buy new right now is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like that new Lightning truck, I think they were doing like $100,000 markup for one.
That was one of the reasons why I actually got the Tesla, is because one, I didn't want to deal with any salesperson. Two, I didn't want to get any overprice, and three, it was just
Well, you don't
like
you don't-
ordering
you
from
don't-
Amazon.
You don't have a salesperson. You have
I mean, he didn't. He did it, but I mean,
he
I
can't.
used to be a broker too.
Well, here's the
So,
funny
I mean-
part, because Tesla doesn't allow brokers to work with
Exactly.
them. So, but
Buying the Tesla is
no,
honestly
hey.
the easiest thing. Just
I
go
know,
on the
man.
app.
It's like ordering from Amazon. It just
Yep.
takes you like
talking about
4
Amazon, have you
months.
seen what Amazon's doing?
No
Go Amazon.com/Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Yeah.
And
You could buy a Hyundai.
Buy, lease, finance through Amazon.
really,
They're brokers now.
Well, technically speaking, they're the dealership. It's like, I don't know if, because last time I checked, they said that we're out of inventory from all the cars that Hyundai has, which I'm assuming they probably buy through Hyundai and sell it out themselves. But word is, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I don't care because I'm not a part of them. Word is that, since Hyundai is a part of it, Kia is going to be part of it too soon.
yeah.
And so if Kia joins in, all the other big brands are going to want to join in. So I give the car business 5 years, and sales department sales departments won't exist. There won't be any negotiating. It's gonna be like, this is the price, this is your monthly payment, this is the down payment. You want it, you don't. It is what it is.
The CarMax way.
Yeah.
And I feel like everything's gonna go e-commerce too.
Yeah.
Manufacturers are gonna sell direct. Why am I gonna go through all this?
That's why I said
hassle?
5 to 10 years at the most, because I can see the writing on the wall, and I've been doing car sales for 12, 13 plus years, and I can see it. The dealerships will be there. They'll have a showroom to show you the car, but it'll be majority service department, because
Kind of like how Tesla is. Yeah.
the service department is the moneymaker. I'll be honest, and I've been doing this long enough to understand it. And service department is where the money is at. The sales department is like
they lose their money.
the gravy on top of the mashed potatoes. That's about it. But
I feel like we're living in tough times now. You know, all the cars are turning to electric, and you know the shortages.
It's 'cause of people like you.
Because the what?
it's because of people like you and him.
Excuse me.
You guys feeding the government, bro.
Listen, it's nice not going to the gas station.
You know what's gonna be nice in 2 years? You're not gonna have electricity in your house because you're gonna be charging your car outside.
I mean, there's always sun. There's always solar panels.
We'll see about that. We'll see.
But I mean,
about
the
that.
whole point is that it definitely feels nice just passing by a gas station, looking the price is like $7, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, listen, I don't absolutely hate
Yes, you do.
electric cars.
Yes, you do.
Uh,
Yes, you do.
I just don't like them because I feel like there's no soul to the car. That's me. I grew up with my dad, driving convertible Buicks and those old school hot rod cars, and it's like, I have the love for those cars. And seeing an electric car, it's like, where's the soul? Where's the
You
drive?
just want the
in this?
vibration of the motor.
I mean, don't get
The
me
sound,
wrong.
the smell. I feel like it's all
Yeah.
it needs to be there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love engine cars. Like I really wanted that my next car would have been like a C63, or like I even loved the C8. I wanted to get like a C8 at some point, but with seeing like the times that we live in, is like, you're gonna spend like a lot of money on a car that's already gonna be over sticker. You're gonna pay for insurance. You're gonna pay for gas. This, that. Like at the end of it, that's like a mortgage payment. If you want to get,
I
if
would
you want to
argue
get,
that.
And you can't put all your gear in a C8.
and I mean, if you want to get like a nice V8 car, then you have to kind of like sacrifice all those stuff. Like you're gonna pay a lot of money for that thing.
Listen, we can save this conversation for
Yeah.
another episode, because I would actually prove you wrong on that.
But go ahead. I don't mind.
No, because it's not the right time. We'll save that for a different conversation. We'll make it gas power versus electric power. Listen, don't get me wrong. Electric cars are fast. I don't care about that. But I just feel like there's no soul in it. That's my take on it. But that's neither
I
here nor
got the
there.
best of both worlds, so it's okay.
Have you taken it to like Angeles Crest or something like that?
No.
That's where that soullessness comes in. I feel like, because when I'm driving his car and we're doing the shoots, I couldn't ask for a better car to be in. You can keep up with anything. It's fast. It's quick. No sound.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on that. I need to
You know-
feel something, a vibration.
When we were filming before, with my Stinger, and I had like I had a muffler delete done on it. It was loud.
Oh, God.
That car was that
He
car.
was one of
I love
those.
that car. For the time that I had that car, I loved it. It was an amazing car. But when we were filming on my footage, I can hear just whoa, like the exhaust sound,
the
like the
drone.
whole time. It was droning. The car was droning a lot inside.
Yeah, you had a
And-
muffler delete.
Yeah, but it was just bad.
Did you cut your
And-
resonators too?
No, just the mufflers. but it was like so loud, and like you had to like downshift or catch up with certain cars or whatever. Ever since I got the Tesla, it's like it's been like we were filming this one car that the owner of the Diamond Auto Salon owns it. It's a GT4, Porsche GT4, and we were on the basically freeway ramp. He's like hauling, like I can hear all this like every single gear that he's changing, and my car just like even like equal going with him.
See?
I mean, and my car is not even the fastest, but it was it was keeping up, and it was so nice because any moment you can just catch up with anything, you can pass anything, and
Yeah,
it's
for filming,
perfect.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. It's a perfect camera car.
Absolutely.
You don't
That-
have to find
that-
the
I
right
agree on that.
gear, you just
That was one reason why I really wanted to get this. I was like,
You have
for
the
my
dual motor?
work, it's gonna be amazing. Like, can keep up with anything. a lot of storage. Not that I care about the practicality and eco-friendly bullshit. This that. No,
I love that. I love that.
The
don't
whole
give a
part of the
shit.
EV,
still,
like I hate.
Trust me, I still love V8s. I still want the V8, but with the situations, I mean,
So if gas prices go back to like $3 a gallon, you get rid of that thing.
I have 3 years with this. After, yeah, sure.
I'm
Oh,
sure
you're
they
leasing
have
it too?
equity.
Huh?
You're leasing it too?
It is at least, yeah.
Oh yeah, mine too. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
stuck with it for 2.5 more years.
Oh man.
Yeah, we can't buy it or sell it afterwards.
I wouldn't.
So
anyways.
no, it does the job. I'm very happy with it. The fact that I can charge.
Okay, let's stop advertising Tesla.
Hey, Elon, watch this episode.
But guys, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and hopefully this is not the last time.
Thank you for having
Sam,
us.
Thanks for
Hrag,
having us.
and of course my buddy Cesar. But I hope this is not the last time because this has been a good episode. I think it's one of my favorite episodes so far.
Nice.
Aw,
So we'll
nice.
do part 2 maybe.
let's do
Maybe
it. I'm
the
down.
only way we'll do that is if you get rid of the Tesla. I'm just messing with you.
That's
fella.
3 years, bro. You're gonna wait 3 years for the next episode, or
Possibly,
what?
yeah. I might just wait for you to get rid of the Tesla.
Episode 1030.
Okay. Let's just not jinx anything. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you again for stopping by, Hrag, Sam. If you guys have any last words, feel free.
No.
No?
No, just thank you for having us. Appreciate the chat.
Press subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications, ring bell, and then we'll see you on the next video.
There you guys go. And make sure you guys follow us on Spotify, and we'll be back on Apple Podcasts soon too. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time.
Sepan out.
Yeah.